Welcome back to Ordinal Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the ordinal space. Guys, we have an amazing show for you guys today. We have Jeffrey from Recursive. This guy, he was over there in Singapore at the conference. He's going to drop some alpha for us. There was so much going on over there that we got to know from the inside what was going on. And of course, we're going to talk about BRC420, guys. If you're not caught up with this, you should really look into this. This is going to be amazing, and we're going to break it down for you right here on the show, so you don't got to go anywhere. It's all going to be great. And let's get right into this. Let me bring up my partner, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. We got Jeffrey back again, one of our favorite guests, one of our favorite founders, builders, constantly building with his team. And it looks like there's a new protocol proposal that they have, BRC420. So we're going to get into that. It looks exciting from what I can see, but definitely want some clarity on some things.
Yeah. I'm curious why they call it 420.
I don't know.
420.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if they partake in any festivities or anything, but it looks pretty cool. Like it almost shows like a little 3D avatar and stuff, but I'll let him kind of, explain that part. But yeah, he was at the summit too. That was, so we saw all the excitement from that. So I'm excited to talk to him.
Let's bring him right in. Jeffrey, man, thank you so much for coming on again. We appreciate you. We love what you're doing. We're probably your biggest fans, by the way.
Thank you, guys. I'm just happy to be back,
Yeah, you're probably so exhausted because like you had the summit, then you have rolling out this new protocol proposal, and then you had your launch day, which we can get into that in a little bit. But so how are you alive? What's keeping you going?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I felt during the summit and 2049 is I think Bitcoin is a real thing right now. I mean, everybody knows Bitcoin is a real thing, but like for like past 3-4 years, like everybody's talking about like Ethereum, Solana, but like nobody was talking about Bitcoin. But at this summit, like I found first, of course, the Ordinals community is still like great. Like everybody loves everyone. So we go there and people have different ideas, when Domo and Casey, like when they first met up, I was there talking to Casey and I saw them shake hands, I was so excited. And then you can see Domo, he has the Alex Lab, the Layer 1 Foundation, and Unisat has the BRC20 swap next week, I think. So they have different ideas about like put this on Lightning Network or on Stacks or on RGB or whatever. But everyone seems like nice and open to others' idea. And Domo even likes the idea of ORC Cash, which some people thought, okay, so probably he won't like it, but it turns out like everybody is, I can agree with your idea, and I encourage you to go forward. That's the first thing. And the second is we see like lots of progress, like with lots of projects, like Besting Slots, like they had great stuff, but a few people know about it. And like we're like I think at first something like some project like working with them, and now people know more about them. And I introduced like lots of VCs to them, like to talk about as well. And like Genie Data, they launched their Ordinals product in our launch. Like when they launched the product, they actually are giving a speech in our launch to everybody. And I don't know if you guys have tried the Genie Data new version. I think it's great.
Yep.
So everybody's making progress. And we saw lots of guys from outside the Ordinals ecosystem, like just like us, like from Ethereum, from BNB chain, have like decided to jump in. Animoca, Yuga Labs, like all my friends, like they were asking me about like what happens with Ordinals, like why is everybody talking about it? And when I was partying, like at last day when we were partying in a nightclub with Alan Walker, like all these tables they're booked by crypto guys, and I was like talking to every table to everyone, and I found like all the OGs I knew back from like 8 years ago, 7 years ago, who make like billions of dollars, like now retired in Singapore, they're actually investing Bitcoin layer 2s. Like that blew my mind because like I know these guys, they're like investing like ZK machine learning, ZK layer 2, layer 3, layer 4, whatever. But I didn't know like they were now like seriously investing like huge money into Bitcoin layer 2s. and
Wow.
they didn't even know I was in Ordinals. So like they were like, okay, why you are like still like ahead of us? I was like, yeah, of course, because like I'm building every day, and we make Bitcoin fun again in nightclub. Everybody was screaming. So yeah, it was a fun week, and I like for me, I'm like bullish than ever. Like to be serious.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So, what Bitcoin layer 2s were they investing in?
Yeah, yeah. I have seen lots of decks, like seriously, but
Okay.
I haven't go into like so many details because I have to talk to founders. You know, I'm a venture partner with
100%.
some VCs too, so I
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to meetings with them. So I have to talk to the founders and figure out like which direction is probably more uh like doable, or like we can actually see some progress like with them, because like now people have different ideas, like with stacks, with RGB, with Lightning Network, with, I think there's another project called the Alpha Bitcoin City, New Bitcoin City. So
Oh,
people
yeah.
have different ideas about building layer twos, but I think building layer 2 is a great signal, because when you have all the assets from layer 1 from Ordinals, like Ordinals is a layer 1 for them. When you have all the assets from Ordinals, you need a place to trade, to interact with people more efficiently with lower gas fee. So I
100%.
think when layer 2 happens, it means layer 1 really got some stuff going up.
Yeah, I agree. That's interesting about RGB because we don't hear too much about it over here in the ordinal space. Um, that's a meta protocol as well, isn't it? It's like it kind
Yeah.
of sits, it sits on the same layer as ordinals, right? So, were those big investors, whenever you told them that, when they found out that you were into ordinals and building on ordinals, did they mention that they're also interested in ordinals, or were they like, well, we're gonna build the infrastructure for layer 2, you can stay? What was their energy like with ordinals?
I think first they gotta believe in Ordinals, because if they don't, they do not build, like do not invest layer twos, because like for like right now, Lightning Network, it doesn't need investment. It's just
Yeah.
like me transferring you Bitcoin. So why do you invest that? And like when you're doing layer 2 with like swap, AMM, DeFi lending, like you are not like buying Bitcoin or lending Bitcoin on layer 2s. You are like lending, swapping, staking other assets. Like what are these assets? They are ordinal assets like bitmap, Ordi, sats, whatever these assets are. But the thing with VCs, they start investing the infra first, because like this infra, like layer 2, they have like a higher valuation, like expectation in the future, like a Polygon or Solana, all this kind of stuff. So when they down investing these infras, they start investing the apps, like including like bitmap apps, metaverse, social fi, NFT. So it's a process. So they start for investing infra, and then going to more user side. When the bull market comes, it can be like easier for them to make money.
Gotcha.
Makes sense.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and shift over to what you and your team have proposed over here, the BRC420. I'm going to bring up this tweet and kind of go over it for the audience. Just give me 1 second here. All right, can you blow that up? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to read this, and then Shizzy and I will have questions for sure, and then we'll ask you.
100%.
But yeah, so the BRC420 is the first metaverse protocol in Ordinals, enabling inscription assets to function across engines, games, and chains. It also grants inscriptions a royalty feature, allowing creators receive royalties from usage or recursions. And then the Git book, I actually have that up, but we'll get back to that. And then there's this image here. This is the one I was talking about, Shizzy, to where it shows the avatar kind of like in this 3D format. So this is the part 1 is the metaverse standard proposal. You have the base data here, preview data, and then app data. So 3 different data sets. And then the part 2 is the royalty standard. which is a description number, which we're going to talk about this in a second. Deploy license, and then where you can see all the copy of the licenses here. This also transitions over to avatar, gameplay, music, and then it looks like it comes from the different metaverses as well. So yeah, we definitely have questions about this. Let me get back to this right here. Okay, so the second part is, or Shizzy, did you have any questions just off the bat right here?
I'm good so far.
Okay.
I need to know how though, but keep going.
Okay. Okay, so then the second part is using metaverse standard of BRC420. Attributes can be defined for inscriptions of all types, images, models, and animations. E.g., furnitures or cars in Bitmap Explorer can have proper sizes, functions, etc., enabling a full metaverse experience. And you can see the examples here of this bitmap kind of building out into furniture. You kind of have the spacing right there, and then you can even zoom out, right? So that's really, really cool. And then the next part, 3 of 4, whether it's inscribing, engine rendering, or running in games, BRC420 supports it all across 2D, 3D, or even Vision Pro. Amazing. Okay. So it's already embedded in Bitmap Explorer. We've supported Unity and UE5. Wow. Partnered with Web3 gaming platforms to build a cross-chain and device metaverse. Okay, this is getting more and more exciting.
Oh yeah.
And then the last part here, you can see it talks about the royalty standard of BRC420 allows creators to deploy licenses of their work with royalty pricing and quantity. Royalties will be sent directly to the creator in the same transaction on chain. Official BRC420 website will be released soon. And then here's the last 404 image. So you can see here, looks like the JSON code of the deploying a BRC420, kind of how you do that. And then it goes to the deploy. Was that is it license? So that seems like it might be.
That's typo. Yeah, it's typo. Sorry.
Oh, so it's supposed to be license. I was like, is that like a slang for license? Okay, so deploy license, which will then shoot out your inscription number for the deploy license, and then the transaction, which let's see, send BTC to deployer's address to receive inscription copy. So I'm guessing this is the automatic royalty. Is that right, Jeffrey?
Yeah, that's the first part, like about the copy, like the copy
licenses. Gotcha.
Yeah.
These are the okay, gotcha. So basically, when the licenses are sold, then it sends the Bitcoin to the original owner to sell these licenses, and then you can see the Metaverse 1, which has the avatar, gameplay, music. Are these individual cells right here? Or
yes, like when you recurse like different modules from different creators, like you can use right now, like Yagobi, you have avatars for Pokemon, and
Yeah.
Shizzy, you made a gameplay for like Street Fight, and somebody else has the music. So when I was building, I can just use you guys' inscriptions and combine them as one game. So when I inscribe this game on chain, I have to pay you guys. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, but then whenever you pay that, you own this now, right?
Yeah, I own like the usage rights.
The license.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you don't have to pay again for this, right?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. So once you pay the license, then you're good. Okay, cool. Man, this is definitely like this is what I love about what the possibilities Ordinals brings is the ability to do the things we talked about that DeFi could do 4 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, right? So like removing the middleman, that's exactly what this is, right? Because now if you built something that you felt like you put a lot of effort in a product line, let's say it's a character that you spent a lot of time customizing and in a game, now if someone wants to use that, you get paid for that, right? Now everybody doesn't have to use this royalty system, but it's here for artists that want to make a living doing something like this, right? Does that sound about right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. Of course, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
Go ahead.
my only question is, this is awesome, everything, but like, how is this all working? Is there some type of recursive technology that you guys are using to? Is it like in the back end of this?
Yeah, of course. So we are actually like releasing the full backend technology and code to everyone else. Like when Genie Data, they were asking, Track, they were asking, and all these developers like ID Club, they're trying to figure out like how you did this and can we do that as well in our sites. So that's the part with the royalty standard. But I want to talk about like the metaverse standard first because like now
Yeah.
people, they're focusing like how do I make money with this and stuff. But when we're building this, we were actually thinking about like why is metaverse happening in Ordinals? Like how is it different from other chains? So for me to see it, the metaverse, like when did you guys know about the word metaverse? Do you guys remember?
Sandbox.
The first one I heard was Decentraland, I think, or was Sandbox out first? I don't remember, but
Well, I know Sandbox because I remember BitBoy was talking about they were building land there, and then JP Morgan was building land there, and Snoop Dogg had land there, and that's the first one I thought.
okay.
Yeah, but I think the original idea, like the word metaverse came out, is when
Oh.
Roblox. Like when
Roblox,
Roblox
yeah.
they go IPO and everybody's talking about like now we have a metaverse, like possibility in the future and stuff. So people start forgetting about like the real value of metaverse. Like for me, it's like interoperable and composable. So people can actually co-create using others objects to make your own game. But then we see Sandbox, Decentraland, and all the other whatever other side. You see all these cool like trailers,
Yeah.
like makes you interested, and you pay like 100 Ethereum to buy it, and it goes to 0. So that's the metaverse in Web3.
Yeah.
But we try to bring like the idea, the value of interoperable and composables, like what's
Open source.
yeah, like so what's interoperable metaverse is that you buy assets and these assets can go with you forever. Like right now you buy a pet in bitmap, it's all written in Inscription. So if there's another guy building a bitmap game or whatever game they're building, you have to bring the pet into that game because that pet, like you own that pet, and all the other projects should not build like 1,000 pet assets again because like now I have this pet, just like bitmap. Like now when we are having bitmap here, why do I have to buy a quacky or bit whatever that is? Because I already have the land. So
Yeah.
the metaverse standard like assures like every asset you buy is written on chain and everyone can read it. So everyone should like support it. Like right now, there are like projects building like yachts, sports car in Bitmap Explorer, and we have to support it because it's already written on chain and using BRC420 protocol. And the
Yeah.
second thing is about composable. So like we all know we only have like 4 megabit on every block, right? So if we want to build 1,000 metaverse on Bitcoin, it seems impossible to lots of people because you cannot store that like amount of files on Bitcoin. It's gonna be so expensive. And if I want to build a metaverse, he wants to build a metaverse, so we all got VC money. We cannot all do that because like the storage size is limited on on Bitcoin. So the thing is about composable is everyone, including independent developers, like we love independent developers to build modules. So when we have 1,000 Inscription modules, we actually can build 1 million games using these modules. So not everyone should build a whole new metaverse. You should use other modules like the image, like you see. You can use this guy's avatar, this guy's gameplay and stuff. And because we have been building metaverse games for years, like we know all these greatest ideas are coming from the independent developers. Like every game, like literally every game you play, like CS:GO. Like not all people know, but CS:GO was from like Counter-Strike, and Counter-Strike was a mod built in Half-Life. Like this guy was a nobody, and like
Yeah.
when we're playing like League of Legends and all these games and Dota was like built by Ice Frog, which was like another nerd, nobody. When he is playing Warcraft. So all the games, like literally all the games we play are from independent developers. So all these guys, they can build a small module, and other people can use this module. So it saves money for everyone, and we can build like very like exciting metaverse using these modules. So that's why we call it modular ordinals, because we want to make all these inscriptions composable. So that's the basic idea of like why we did this first.
Yeah. Two things. So first thing is, what was one of the biggest things that drew us to track? Remember how aggressive Benny was with saying, oh, we're partner. So when BRC420 came out, Benny quickly jumped on it, and he posted and he said, by the way, we're going to be tracking BRC420 once these inscription numbers things, right? So that makes me bullish on it already. And then number two, man, I feel like all the stars are like aligning for Jeffrey's moment from bitmap. Like it happened, like all of his experience from him and his team from building all this metaverse, that like when we brought up Decentraland, we brought up Sandbox, he brought up the Wars one or whatever. What was the common theme around those? The other side, they're all centralized metaverse, right? This actually fits perfect for all the ideas that him and his team have had to make it composable, open source. You know what I'm saying? So
it's kind of like the BRC420 is kind of like your shell. Like you guys had all these different projects, and now you guys are just like basically filling now and put it all inside this
puzzle. It's like one of the biggest last puzzle pieces, because like it works perfectly with recursion and the open source marketplace for people to own their or earn off of what they've created, right? Individual builders. So, like recursion is actually the perfect technology to make Bitcoin the metaverse, because you can use it to be able to not be restricted by your 4 megabytes of data that you can, right? You can call. That's what Jeffrey was saying. Hey, get all these modules out there. Right, like when people are putting JS React on, they're doing that so people can call those different elements. Right. Is that kind of what you're talking about, Jeffrey? I want to make sure I got that right.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so bigger than anything and more bullish than anything, I am on bitmap, man. After hearing this and like I've always liked the idea of bitmap. I thought it was in the beginning, before I learned a lot more about it, I thought it was a little bit far-fetched, but it makes sense because like every other attempt at metaverse never worked. You know what I mean? Like, because some entity was behind it saying, this is how the metaverse has to be. This is what we think they're telling us it needs to be. This way, the way that bitmap works isn't that way. Like literally, like we're shopping for builders, right? And if we don't like them, we won't use their, you know what I mean? So
that's the greatest thing like ever. Like I have never seen that before, even with Roblox. Like everything is an entity behind it, and you have to guess. Okay, now they're like building fast, so I buy their stuff, and then they have lots of money. They buy yachts. They they enjoy their lives, holidays in Miami. So now we lose money. But I think that changes everything. And the second part about royalty is like, why do you upload? Like right now, if you have a song, like why do you spend like thousands of dollars uploading this into Bitcoin? And if you are making a gameplay that allows people to fight with each other or treasure hunting or whatever game you are building, like why bother uploading this into Bitcoin and spend like lots of money, and other people can recurse your inscription for free? That just doesn't make sense. Like we all know, like Ordinals is open source, so you can always recurse others inscriptions like for free. But we want to encourage the creators. They actually spend time, effort, and money and inscribe real stuff, like meaningful stuff. And when they do that, we encourage other creators, like innovate based on that inscription and build a new thing by sending royalties to these original creators. So I think that part solves the problem. Like, why do you upload? Why do you inscribe?
Yeah. I have a question for you. Have you heard of inscribe.space?
Yeah.
So could your bitmap explorer work with other projects like that to be able to bring that in there and then also add their items to the BRC420 marketplace, or would that be too difficult?
That's not difficult like at all. Like we're planning to do that. Like when you're talking about like Inscribe the space, and that's exactly like about 420. Like when we see that like a month ago, and like our community like members, they're excited, they're doing this, but they've like found out like one question, like if I inscribe something like on that and other people can use my inscription, like why do I do that? Like why do I spend like this kind of money on doing that if I have a really good idea? Like why other people can take the advantage of me because I inscribed first? So they are asking about like 420, like if they're using my inscription, can they pay me like a small amount of money? I said, yeah, of course, and they should, because like we encourage people to pay royalties to these creators.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome because you can customize your own bitmap explorer. Like whenever we jumped into the bitmap explorer on our RCSV.io, and so I mean I feel like the future is definitely bright. But I want to also, Shizzy, did you have a question?
No, I'm good.
Okay, I want to show my screen again real quick because I want to get into the marketplace here. So, talking about the marketplace, so really cool looking marketplace. I actually wanted to mint one of these guys out, but they got minted out really quickly because I think this was the first BRC 420, right? That was on the market.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
a test.
gotcha. Okay, so let's get into the first day because I know that was stressful for you, but it seems like you guys got all the bugs out, or at least for now, because it's still early. So sometimes that just happens. So do you want to get into that and kind of talk about what happened, and then like also like everything's cleared up now and stuff like that?
Yeah. I'll explain like what's the difference between 420 and parent-child,
Okay.
because it's so similar. Yeah, I was debating with Casey and Raph in Singapore about like BRC 420 parent-child inscription. So in general, they are something alike. So you have a father inscription, and you buy all the copies like his child, like from this father inscription. So that's something like very similar. But the thing is, so just imagine if you guys are, starting a VIP club like Ordinal Revolution, and you want to sell like 1,000 OG pass, like what would you do?
Probably. What do you mean? What would we do? Like
you have to inscribe like 1,000 child inscription.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You have a father inscription, a nice image about Ordinal Revolution, and then you inscribe like 1,000 sons, like 1,000 child inscription, like below that, and you start selling these 1,000 inscription to 1,000 people, right? So you have to do all of that. So for you, for any like a writer, like movie maker or music writer or singers, you have to inscribe the parent inscription first, and then inscribe like 1,000, 10,000, like 1 million child inscriptions, and start selling these inscriptions. So it takes time. It takes like a lot of money because you have to pay the money first, and it takes like you sending these inscriptions to like individuals. So the great thing about BRC 420 is all you need to do is making the parent inscription, and
because
then
you're having them call it.
Yeah, and you deploy it like BRC20, and then you like this will be shown on this website and will be soon shown on ID Club, Magic Eden, whatever. So your fans, your followers can just go there and mint how many whatever they want, and it doesn't cost you anything. The only thing costs you is the deploy inscription. It's like about like $1 or $2, right? So that's easier for anyone trying to sell OG pass, and we actually have lots of guys from OnlyFans trying to do that. So you buy my pass, you can go into my Telegram.
Were they in Singapore?
And no, they're from Southeast Asia, like Indonesia, Malaysia, Thailand and stuff. Yeah. So it's actually much easier than parent-child inscription because you don't have to do that by yourself. You can just deploy that, and everyone can go and mint it.
Can you explain a little bit about the technology on that though? Because like, okay, so let's say that like you have the parent, for example, this is the parent Inscription and you're going to sell your licenses, wouldn't they be minting a recursive inscription?
Yes. So it will. Yes. So I'm not saying parent-child inscription is not good. It's actually great. I get the point, Raf. Like he's saying is like they're not trying to provide a service like BRC420. They're just trying to propose an idea. So I'm not saying they're not as great as ours. I'm just saying we're different parties. You know, we are building for users and they're building for developers. So that's different. Okay. So the mechanism here is. I mean, actually, you guys can try deploy yours like after this show. So if you have the inscription, you can deploy a license on that inscription, and now you can see all these like quantities, like this bitmap theme song with 2100 and with a fee of $8. So and then everyone can mint. So the problem with our first day is it takes 2 transactions to confirm this licensed copy. The first transaction is sending royalties. So when you're buying 1, you are sending like $8. When you're buying 2, you're sending $16. So first transaction is you sending royalties to the creators. And the second transaction is minting your inscribing your copies. I mean, the users doesn't have to do anything. They just like click mint, and these 2 transactions automatically happen on chain, and we broadcast it. Yeah,
gotcha. So I guess I'm confused in the part of like because me being the owner, I don't have to inscribe the whole 2100. I just only have to inscribe the parent. So whenever they send the royalty to me, then whenever they inscribe their mint, they're just going to use like a recursive script, right? Or like the platform automatically does that for them, right?
Yeah, it's automatic.
Gotcha. Because I've done it manually to where I've minted a recursive inscription, and so I see what's happening now. So basically, the parent is there. They get paid the royalty, and then they just use the mint function, and that is basic. The platform is using that script to be able to do that for them in the background. So I see what's happening. Yeah, that's coming. I like it.
So basically I'm on the site, right? So then I kind of hit deploy, and then it comes up with everything that I own in my wallet, and I pick one of these, and that one becomes the parent, and then I can inscribe a bunch to the children. Is that correct?
Yeah. So you can like deploy any inscription you have. You can sell this like his children to.
Wow.
It's very easy.
This is
I can make children of this frog, and all my children are gonna look just like me. That's pretty cool, though. It's
sorry.
Yeah, it's so user friendly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So what happened on first day is when we broadcast all these mint requests from users, we didn't like realize there are so many people here. There are over 20,000 like individual IPs here, and there are over 5,000 individual wallets signing in like on the first minute. So our APIs, like we bought APIs from all kinds of like third parties, right? And memory pool and stuff. So we didn't realize like that kind of volume. So our APIs just broke down. Like there's nothing happened with our website, but the APIs just broke down and block us because they just detect like unusual activities. So all these broadcasts, they're stuck in our server and not getting broadcasted. That's the thing happened. Gotcha. So when we upgrade our APIs and start broadcasting all these requests, like we found out like we have 10,000 limit, right? And there are like 22,000 requests. So over half of these requests are invalid. That's what happened.
Gotcha. But that bug was fixed, right?
Yeah, that was fixed, and we just compensate all these users their minting fees, their gas fees. So we're not giving their money back. We are actually giving money out of our own pocket because all this gas fee they're paying to miners. So we pay all this money back. So nobody lost anything. They even get like they also get an inscription, which is invalid. But
Gotcha. So why don't you give us a little alpha here What is this BitPet's audio theme song? Should I inscribe this? No, just kidding.
Well, it's a better question is, have you inscribed any of this yet?
I have inscribed like some as a test.
Yeah.
I really like the I mean the bitmap the theme song I haven't because it's like $8, you know.
Yeah.
It's kind of
Yeah.
and I love the idea of like the Zima Blue video, and it's because like it looks just like the color of our website, which is elegant and cool. So I mean that, and we have some like very famous DJ coming next week from America, and they're trying to inscribe their songs and to all these fans, and they're having a DJ party on Bitmap Explorer. So just join the party
Whoa.
next week.
This one's a cool one. This one's a cool one. I'm surprised it's not.
But you're having a DJ in the Bitmap Explorer next week. That is huge.
Presented by Ordinal Revolution.
No, I'm gonna put that live. We're gonna put it live on the channel. We're gonna be in there and we'll put it live.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're using BGM from the Inscription, so it's not you playing like something on your computer. It's actually playing from Bitcoin.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Hey, can this gun shoot, and is it playable, or
I
is
have
it
no idea. I have no idea who deployed it. Like I have no idea.
He's not keeping up with this stuff, man. This is a lot, man. This is probably what, a new inscription every couple of minutes.
What was that? So someone got their frog. Saw that. Yeah, this is cool. Looks like someone did the swap here. Yeah, so definitely love this. I know that this is going to be utilized, and honestly, Jeffrey, I'm not surprised that your website had that much traffic because, I think a lot of people are starting to learn that you and your team are a vital piece of this infrastructure build out of Bitmap. So kudos to you guys. Thanks for doing what you guys do.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, I was bullish on you guys last week. Now I don't even have a freaking word for what I am with you guys now. I'm beyond bullish. This is insane, dude. I need like a day to process this. I'm gonna have to watch this video back, man. This is so much.
Oh, one thing I did want to talk about. So we don't have to go too deep into it because it's been beaten like a drum. Is so the inscription numbers though. Are you kind of waiting on what's going to happen with that before you start sending APIs out?
Yeah. I think like everyone was talking about it, and we have lots of discussion in our community with like other builders as well. I don't think it's too crazy to propose that like for a dev team. Like I fully understand the the reason why Casey proposed it. And when I was talking to builders, like including Jenny Data, ORC Cash, ID Club, all these builders, like me, they kind of understand. Like I'm not trying to say I support Casey, but like these guys, they are trying to understand why Ordinal's team they are trying to do that. But we all know the users, the consumers, the buyers, and of course the builders, they don't like the ideas of these like the team can change that just like so quick, and everybody has no say in that, has no right to do that. So all I have to say is just like let's wait and see. I think they heard us, so just let's wait and see.
Yeah, it's tough because there's definitely a perception that we want to avoid for the space, because there's been just so much like blood, sweat, and tears poured into this space. But I do think that our community is strong enough to rise above whatever happens, and we'll move forward and continue to make keep Bitcoin fun and stuff. So.
What's your opinion, Jeffrey? Like if Casey came to you tomorrow and said whatever you say goes, what would be the final verdict for you?
Yeah, I think just don't change any inscription number before. You can change whatever you like after like today or next week. but don't
Yeah.
change anything before. Like that history is like matters to everyone.
Yeah.
Like I have like sub 1K inscription. I don't want my inscription like to change. You know, it's my like
Yeah.
birthday number, so I don't want that to change.
Yeah, no, I agree. What's your opinion on this new thing that they proposed with the sequence numbers and the inscription numbers? Like basically two separate. Like the sequence number is actually in the back end, and the inscription number is in the front end.
Yeah, I think that's a good start. You know, just not change. I mean, you can add, and we can see like what ideas people adopt. What the market like for us, like for the old users, we probably love the idea of like that number, and newcomers, new users, they love the idea of that. That doesn't matter. That's just called
Yeah.
market. But you cannot change our stuff.
Yeah, and plus, if it's truly for future development and they need the sequence, then it should just be in the back end and not ever shown. You know what I mean? It should just be in the code in wherever they or identifier that they only see.
Yeah.
And that's it. Because the public doesn't need to see it. There's no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, and I know all these builders, they are capable of doing that. Like we are all like, whatever you do, we can, compile with you guys. We can help you guys. So I don't think that's a problem. Yeah.
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 Awesome.
I think
Well,
that's the solution, man. I think we have to go sequence numbers and inscription numbers, but leave this, and then people will kind of vote for, with their pockets, So
well, again, the sequence numbers just need to be out of sight, because then we'll see if it's truly why the developers want to do it. Because if they're saying, oh, we want to be able to organize and be it whenever we add new features to make things easier, then just don't let the public see that number. Let the public continue to see the inscription number, because that's what the consensus said. And there we go. Everything's solved. Leonidas can be happy and, have a happy birthday next year or whatever.
Well, Jeffrey, man, this has been an absolute pleasure, man. And we just want to thank you from every single community member out there, and just say thank you for everything you and your team are building. You guys aren't taking a penny, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Can I say something like a last?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So BRC420 is about like metaverse, and we all know metaverse building is like a long journey. Like seriously, if you want to achieve that in a week or in a month, that's just scam. So it's gonna be very long, and we probably will see some interesting 420 coming in next like week or month or few months. So I just encourage every builder. Like we have lots of builders like zooming with us like this weekend and next week. So they're trying to know like how can I build this. So it's gonna be a long journey. So everybody should calm down and find out like what thing you are trying to build using BRC420, and probably gaining users and making money for yourself. That's okay. And we see lots of users, they're actually buying and selling and our test token, which is like a blue box. Even the invalid ones, like all these invalid inscriptions, like which is like 11,000. They're like buying and selling this with a high price, and some people lose money. I just don't encourage people to do that. Just focus on the Gitbook, focus on the protocol itself. Don't try to make money today, but try to build something for the future. And of course, you will make money in the future if you are building. So that's the only thing I want to say.
I love it.
Awesome.
And if what's the best place to find you? If I was someone who wanted to build on this and I want to reach out to you, where's the best place to do that?
Yeah, just on Twitter. I'm on Twitter like 24/7. Just DM me there, RCSVIO, or my personal Twitter. That's called recursiverse IO, and you can find me there. Just DM me.
Sounds good. I'll have all that in the show notes for you guys. I have all these sites in the show notes, so just look below. Everything's right there.
Awesome. All right, Jeffrey. Well, we appreciate you, and you're always welcome back. You know that our door's always open to you, and we look forward to the next time you're on, and hopefully we'll see you in some spaces.
Yeah, of course. See you guys probably like tomorrow.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Sounds good.
Good.
All right. Take it easy.
Thanks, man.
Peace out. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow. I am so bullish, bro. I'm so bullish on this, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There was somebody
people
that like commented on one of our videos that said, talk more about bitmap. This was for you. I love having Jeffrey on the show. I can't wait to meet him and some other people in real life, you know, like at conventions and summits and stuff. But man, this guy's moment, and you know how people have like their moment in their life, where like I feel like mine, you know, mine was like whenever we came together and formed the show, like you know, and so like with Jeffrey, I feel like the moment was bitmap, you know, when bitmap theory came out, it was like him and his team were made for this. So
dude, and I was thinking when we're talking, because this is how my brain works, is how can I invest in this? How can I make money on this, right?
Yeah.
And it's not my fault. It's just how I think, and you know, and the only thing that came to my mind was buy more bitmaps, right? And especially with Bison now with the potential bitmap token, and you know, everyone building on bitmap. It's like I am sitting here and I'm like, I need more bitmap, dude. And this is not financial advice. This is just me. But my only problem is why I haven't bought today, because I was tempted all day with these prices, was this damn Sats clogging the mempool, and it's like $8 to friggin' buy one on Magic Eden, not including the fee.
Yeah. I've been thinking about that too, man, because bitmaps is down actually right now, so it's perfect time.
But it's still more expensive than it was last week, though. That's the problem. Because of the
is
mempool
it?
being
No,
so
I think
filled.
last week it was at. I thought it was at
it was
like
at 0.003, but that's only like $1 more, or like maybe $2 more. But the mempool is up double.
Yeah, you're right. You're right on that. Plus the tokens, the bitmap tokens that are going to be coming out with Bison. Speaking of, we probably should end this up and then do our day 5.
All right, guys. We just want to thank you for listening, watching, everything. We appreciate you guys. We do this for you guys. We put out 11 videos since Sunday, guys. That's how much we love you guys, and we're just going to keep doing more. So we just stick with us. We promise we're going to bring you the freshest, earliest, raw, uncut content you guys will ever experience. We're Ordinal Revolution. We're televising this revolution every single day, and we can't do it without you guys. Thank you so much.
Peace.